Alright guys, it has finally happened. Halloween Horror Nights has officially announced all of the houses and the scare zones, and we're going to go through all of them one by one. So come on and join me. Now, while we know we already have 4 houses that are announced, we have The Weekend, Halloween, Blumhouse, Black Phone, and Freaky, and Legends Collide. We now know the rest of the houses. We've been anticipating them. You guys have been messaging me, asking me when are we going to get them, and to be quite frank, I didn't know when. And we got them today in a massive press release from Universal. Also, we got all the Scare Zones plus 2 shows, which is really cool. So let's go over them. The first one they announced is Spirits of the Coven. Now this one has to do with witches. I don't know if it's going to be like a classic witch or it's going to be more along the lines of something like the Witch film or Blair Witch, something like that. But it's going to be really cool. I'm excited about this one. I hope they give some like classic witch stuff, some cauldrons and all that kind of stuff. I really hope we see that. And one that I've gotten a lot of questions about, they did announce Bugs Eaten Alive. Now, you guys know I have a fear of spiders and anything creepy crawly, so I'm hoping this will be just like huge Honey I Shrunk the Kids size bugs, because for some reason that doesn't scare me as much as the little ones. But we know that they said you're touring a 1950s home of the future. You'll be surrounded by the slime of bugs everywhere as hordes of many-legged terrors descend upon you and your scream squad. You'll be dropping like flies. That's pretty scary. I don't want that to happen to me, so I may be knocking my wife down trying to get out of there. Just saying. And the next one that we're getting is Fiestada Chupacabra. That's right. Chupacabra, which our friends at Horror Night Nightmares already predicted we were going to get that one. And this one says, listen to your abuelo and beware of the chupacabras. Visit a Latin American village where the legend of the creature chupacabra is celebrated with a colorful fiesta, and the streets are lined with crimson blood of tourists like you and your amigos. That sounds pretty creepy. If you don't know what a chupacabra is, here's a picture of one right here. Pretty creepy. I wouldn't want it chasing me down. This one is one that I am looking forward to. I don't know how they're going to do it. I do like the fact that they're saying that it's like a fiesta type kind of village, which is going to be really cool to see in one of the houses. So I really, really cannot wait for that. Then we have Hellblock Horror, which is like your prison kind of type house. We knew this one was predicted to by Halloween Horror Night Nightmares. And it says, enter a prison whose savage inmates are monstrous creatures. If they break free from their cells, it's a death sentence for everyone. So it's pretty creepy. A bunch of monsters locked in a prison. Only God knows what we're going to see in there. It's going to be pretty creepy. I'm thinking we may see something along the lines of not a Demogorgon, but something very close to that. It'll be really creepy. One of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most is Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake. In a New England fishing village, undead fishermen emerge from the waves to seek their revenge. You and your Scream Squad may have escaped their hooks in the Scare Zone. Now, they'll reel you in and drag you under. Now, if you remember, this was a Scare Zone a few years back, and this is actually their house this time. So, this is really cool. I'm really looking forward to this. I love the fisherman vibe and those kind of like nautical things, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really, really cool. Then we have Descendants of Destruction. This one is deeper, darker, and deadlier. Careful not to leave any of your Scream Squad behind as you descend the subway tunnels of a deserted New York. Lurking in the dark are hungry mutants looking to feast on the remnants of humanity. So only God knows what this is going to be. I'm thinking like huge kind of rats maybe. Something like that. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I'm sure it's going to be more of along the lines of, you know, like I said, mutants. So who knows what we're going to see down there. It would be cool to see like some oversized rats, some ROUSs, you know? That would be kind of cool to see, but we'll have to wait and see what it's going to be. But I'm pretty excited about this one. And I'm not sure where this one's going to be happening, but just by the picture, it kind of looks like it could be in the old earthquake place. I don't know. Now moving on to the scare zones. The scare zones we have covered heavily on this channel, and tomorrow we're going to go back and cover some more. But let's talk about this. The first one as you walk into the park is going to be called Horrors of Halloween, and guess what? The Pumpkin Lord is back. I'm excited about that. Pumpkin Lord. Yes! The Pumpkin Lord, the spirit of Halloween, has taken over this year's event. Summoning hordes of fiendish creatures, terror has taken root. This is going to be awesome. I would say that the Pumpkin Lord is probably our icon for this year, since it said that he has taken over this year's event, which is cool. I'm totally okay with that. He was so popular last year. This year, give it to us more. Well, we're getting it, so that's going to be awesome. Then another one, predicted by Horror Night Nightmares, Scarecrow Cursed Soil. Now this one is going to go in the Central Park area, which you've seen in our previous videos. It's like the trusses that are up there. This is going to be really cool. This one says, at an abandoned farm, scarecrows have risen from the crust of the earth to hunt you and seek revenge. They'll harvest your screams. It's going to be really cool. Scarecrows are creepy anyway. It's going to be awesome. And probably the scare zone that we've covered the most, and probably is the most like anticipated by me, is Sweet Revenge. The sweets from Major Sweets Candy Company have turned children into crazed killers. This Halloween's all trick, no treat, and total mayhem. I cannot wait for this. So it doesn't sound to me like maybe they're going to be covered in candy. They might be. It just sounds like a bunch of creepy kids that have been turned from the candy, like the evil candy is something that he's put in the candy. So that sounds pretty creepy. A bunch of weirdo kids running after you, screaming and stuff like that. That doesn't get much more creepy than that. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be cool. And of course, another one, and my second most anticipated scare zone this year, Graveyard Deadly Unrest. This one is going to be so cool. You guys have seen the Nettlewood Cemetery stuff that we've covered here on the channel, but this one's going to be really awesome. On All Hallows Eve, a dark storm descends upon a cemetery and awakens long dead spirits. No one living can escape them. And this is my favorite area for scare zones. I love Hollywood Boulevard. I just love it. It's so cool, and I'm just so excited about this. It's going to be awesome. So pretty much zombies chasing you everywhere. It was predicted that this was going to be like vampires, but I'm so excited for zombies. It's going to be so friggin' cool, and I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. And coming up to our last one is Conjure the Dark, which we know we've covered this one heavily too. This one is going to be all about witches and the witches area. As you've seen in the San Francisco area, they have transformed it into like a witches area. All kinds of cauldrons, all kinds of runes, all this kind of stuff all around. It's going to be so epic. It's going to be awesome. But this one says, on the first All Hallows Eve, an evil sorceress called forth monstrosities from dark dimensions. Now your blood will fuel them. So what are we going to get? That's going to be really cool. What kind of monstrosities are they conjuring up? It's going to be so cool. Wouldn't it be really cool if we got a demon nun? I mean, I know that's not going to happen, but how cool would a demon nun be? That would be awesome. Now, let's talk about the shows. The shows are going to be really cool. We know that Nightmare Fuel is coming back, and that is going to be awesome. I'm really excited about that. But here's one that's interesting. This one is kind of a surprise. It's called Ghoulish, a Halloween Tale. Now, I would assume this is going to happen over where the cinematic celebration happens, you know, with all the lights and the water and all that kind of stuff. But what are they going to do? How are they going to tell this story? It's going to be interesting. I'm super excited for it. I love all the color schemes this year, like the greens and the orange and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be awesome. Now in tomorrow's video, make sure you look out for that. Make sure you subscribe so you'll be able to see it. We're going to cover more details about the Tribute Store but it has changed over. I'm not going to give any spoilers away. There's stuff online for you to see. But it seems like I may just be right about the haunted theater. I think it's going to be amazing. So anyway, with that being said, this is your official Halloween Horror Nights news. All the houses, all the scare zones, all the shows have been announced. There's new merch, and we'll cover that tomorrow as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. And remember, the road goes ever on. I'll see you next time.